Hey everyone, welcome back to Gobliiins 4. Last time we managed to hitch a ride on Vern the Worm in search of Riri, but he got sick and now we're stuck on Cyclops Island looking for the magic lettuce that'll heal him back to full health and get us back on our way. I'm not sure I like how they emphasize the safety of the monster tour, but okay, let's head up to the top and check it out. Alright, so we've got to pay for it. Well, fortunately, we've got plenty of money. Our money's no good anywhere. I mean, what else could you possibly want? Have you seen Riri? Does it help that we're looking for him? Alright, so for whatever reason, Riri also stopped here and also got eaten by Saladini. Well, yeah, I mean, I can kind of see Saladini back there. It is a true vision of horror. Yeah, for whatever reason, even though we know that we're going to get eaten in the end, we can't just do that. So, let's go ahead and try giving this worm a joke book. I don't know why we want to do that, it's just what we gotta do. I feel like I should be taking umbrage at the insinuation that we look like lettuce. But, yeah, for whatever reason, giving the joke book to the worm gets us up the ladder. But not that ladder. That one needs to be repaired, and the missing rung is way over on the far side, past Saladini. Yeah, we're not just going to be able to walk over and take it. And we don't have anything that can affect it from that far away. But there is a seed sitting right out there in front of him, and that at least is within range of our fishing rod. No idea how we managed to hook a seed with a fishing rod, but I'm not going to complain. Now, Link would have been able to manage that. As for us, we've just got to plant the seed, grow the seed, and climb the seed. And all that gets us is this shell. But we're familiar with the shell game. I don't know why it sounds vaguely like a car driving past, but there you have it. And we'll pick up this flat stone along the way. And then check out the other stuff that's over here. Since we can only have one character here at a time, there are blue seeds in that pouch, and we need to get some. But we're going to have to leave the bucket here and wait for Stucco to come over and punch the seeds out of the pouch. Another familiar puzzle, at least. Then we've got that ramp over on the right side. We can't walk up. This is a familiar puzzle, too. We'll need Père Louis to use his magic to send this stone up the ramp. But that's still going to be hard to do with only one character on this side of the room. So there's a lot more puzzle solving to happen between now and then. In the meantime, let's go ahead and grab those blue seeds. And we need to be careful because, just like with the peas, we have a limited number of seeds. In this case, precisely 3 of them. If we run out, we have to go back and get more. But with seeds in hand, we now have everything that we need for the main puzzle of getting 2 characters over to the right side of the screen at once. So let's make our way up to the viewing platform. And we'll read the additional signage up here. Again, this idea that we look like lettuce. It's really weird. I don't see a speaker, but it's just there. Okay, well that was fun. Anyway, let's go ahead and plant one of these seeds in the big planter. And of course, we will need Père Louis to make it grow. Aha! So Saladini just transfers the flower over to the right side of the screen. So let's have Stucco hang onto it as it goes. There we go. So Stucco's on the right side, and the other 2 characters are on the left, which gives us the opportunity to bring one of them over to the other side, and now we can solve some of the remaining puzzles over there. So first things first, we'll send Stucco up, because I see a big pile of rocks over there that looks like it needs to be punched over. And also, the gold tooth is up here. I thought maybe it was wedged into the wall, but apparently it's not. It's just stuck in a corner there. Alright, we can finally get to the big seashell, but we're going to need Choop to go pick it up. Saladini absolutely is nearsighted. Alright, we'll grab the gold tooth. And we'll grab the big shell. Now, I have absolutely no idea what in the game is supposed to clue you to the idea that hearing the echo of the mountain will have any effect on Saladini. Other than we've got a thing that produces sound and a thing that amplifies sound, you must have to put them together. Again, I'm sure there's a kind of logic behind it that I don't know. Maybe another French language idiom? But yeah, there we go. Saladini is stunned for just a few seconds. Okay, so the lettuce really does look like our characters. I have no idea whether I'll be able to make it down in time to grab it before Saladini recovers and eats it. Nope, it was close. Alright, so we'll just have to go and do that again, but this time we'll get Choop running back down to the lettuce before we have Perlouis make it grow. It seems entirely possible to me that you could potentially strand all of your characters on one side of the screen or the other, and have the shell over on the far side. I don't plan to find out. And what a surprise, Choop has been eaten by Saladini, and now we just have to have everybody follow him. You've been eaten by a giant monster! Victory! It's so God of War. Well, clearly we want the shiny object. I guess the metal plate must have looked like lettuce, too. Meanwhile, there is at least someone to talk to here. Alright, we certainly want to help the dentist. He really needs it. Lively pieces of lettuce. Alright, I mean, I don't see why we needed a dentist if we're going to do all the work. As usual, we have 3 objectives. When he says washing out the mouth, he really just means cleaning out all the garbage that's in his teeth. There's not really a whole lot that we can do with the tongue, but it's fun to mess around with. Lying on a tongue, staring up at a uvula. Shades of King's Quest IV, I'm sure. We gotta get that root out from between the teeth. Just wedge it out with a stick. Nice little toothpick job. Got a bone wedged in there. That one needs to be punched out. The word wedged is usually a good clue. And let's see, there's a rotten tooth over there. Gotta knock that out too. And then we gotta put a cap on it. We happen to have something that's nice and pointy, just like a tooth. Perfect fit. Okay, and then a tiny inscription. As always, we just need to read this with a magnifying glass and find out where Riri went from here. Alright, so he's alerting us to the presence of this flat tooth. And that's our exit. But we can't get out while Saladini's got his mouth closed. I don't really understand why. So let's finally inspect this broken tooth over here. It has a fine groove in it. So let's look closer with the magnifying glass. I have worked out just the right place to hit it. What the heck? Alright, I have no idea how we put together that the rabbit was responsible for the headaches, but there we go. And also, we do need to grab this piece of lettuce, since that's what we came here for. Alright, dentist, how'd we do? Okay, is there something we haven't done? I'm at a loss. Do we need to grab that nail? Alright. Well, we don't have any obvious way to get up to it. But we'll have to put a flat surface below. And then set the ladder up. And hey, it's a familiar puzzle. Alright, now have we finished? Hooray, we got an armpit feather. And that gets Saladini to open his mouth. But getting out isn't going to be so easy. We're going to have to bring the ladder with us. And we can't reach the uvula without the ladder in place. So we're going to have to very quickly close the ladder, grab the ladder, and then make it to the exit. No, as it happens, there isn't time to do that. And this may be, in my opinion at least, the most difficult of all of the timing puzzles in the game. Once we get everybody out of the way, so that we can get to the things that we need to do. We also, of course, do need to get the gold tooth. We get that by doing some boxing training on the uvula. Alright, nice and simple. So you may notice there's a little groove over on the right in one of the teeth. We need to use the shovel here to prop the mouth open. And take advantage of the time to close up the stepladder while we're doing that, so that we can get out before the mouth closes. And for some reason, once a character has escaped, the mouth stays open for everybody. As you can probably expect, if we're not fast enough, he will just bite down on the shovel and we'll be trapped again. I didn't want to make everybody wait through that. The video is going to be long enough because we've got another mission. Although they have finally come to recognize our talents and written an article about us in the local paper. And here we are, we're on the front page! Alright, so... yeah, this is the level. We're interacting with the panels of this newspaper. I don't know who that weirdo is who was just in the title panel. But anyway, we need to find ways to move between the panels, which fortunately isn't difficult. They're fairly obvious. Go into the vegetarian bar and maybe order some turnip juice. Darn, we missed the custard festival. Have you seen this? Aardvark. Alright, so he won't help us. But I do see a picture of Riri on the back. Barely, from this perspective. So he was clearly here, and he was clearly the employee of the month. And the barman won't let us back there to pick up the gold tooth, so we'll just have to grab it from outside. Simple enough. We'll also grab his box of matches. I don't know whether we need them or not, but we got them. And now we'll just head out the back door. Suddenly. And nothing at all is happening in this panel. Yeah, I can see why that's so sudden. Yeah, the full wheat episode will at least be more exciting than this one. not a whole lot happens here. And I'm supposing that's our next destination, Foolweedton. You know what? I'm beginning to think we could just take a picture of the graffiti and go home. But no, we have to continue and actually find him. So we'll need that hat, and we'll need a mask. And that's really everything, I think. Now it's time to go solve the puzzles. I hate the amount of running that you have to do in this level. Everything is just so far away because the perspective is so weird. Let's scare the hiccups out of this guy with our mask. Okay, fine. We'll have somebody come in and distract him while we wear the mask. Seriously, you can do almost everything in this particular level with just chew. Alright, the timing of that looked all wrong, but whatever. Now we can ask him questions. So he wrote our next destination on a piece of red paper, made it into confetti, and somehow finding the confetti is going to help us find Riri. I mean, that seems like a stretch even for this game, but whatever. The sad part is that it's actually not possible to see the red confetti as far as I can tell. You just have to run your cursor over every pixel until you find the pieces you're looking for. And of course, the one you need is going to be the last one you find. Get out of here, little masked dude. I think there was a piece of confetti right behind you. Now I can't find it again. So yeah, it's obvious we need to go to Foolweedton. We just have to figure out how to get there. It is written, Foolweedton. Wonderful, he gave us the ignition key. And if it wasn't clear, that just unlocks the door. So we need to find a way to entice Josie the hen to come out of the door so that we can ride her to Foolweedton. It has to do with that hole in the ground, but much earlier, apropos of absolutely nothing, Choop mentioned that we should probably give Vern a present. And so here's a suitable present for a worm. Very dapper. And that kernel of corn looks like it's forever away, but we can just reach it with the fishing rod. And if we're going to plant it, we're going to need some mud to plant it in. And there we go. Now we plant the seed. And we finally give Père Louis something to do other than stand around under the title and look important. And I suppose maybe a little venerable. And yeah, far as I can tell, we can now ride out of here. We never need to use the matches at all, but I assume that if we hadn't taken them with us, Choop would stop us. We can use them to light the firecrackers that are lying all around the room. But that's all that happens. You get a little sound effect. There is, as far as I can tell, no point to having done that. You don't need to do it to find graffiti or the confetti. You don't need to do anything with the firecrackers. We're done. That's it. And hey, we finally made it to the farm! After all this time! Yeah, those are some very unfortunate-looking vegetables. We're going to have to leave searching the farm for further traces of Riri's presence until next time.